Hi, guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be discussing what I thought of the latest episode of our favorite show, AMC's The Walking Dead. We got quite the backstory episode tonight, but before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-free, sorry, slip of the tongue. This is a spoiler-filled episode review, so if you're not caught up by The Walking Dead Season 10, which was the premiere last week, this is the second episode. If you're not caught up, do not keep watching or listening, or as I will be going into spoilers and character details and all that jazz. So, excuse me, you have been warned. That being said, let's jump right into it. Solid backstory episode. I'm briefly familiar with the comics. I kind of know where the show's going, and I kind of don't, and I like it that way, because therefore I can still be somewhat surprised, because they may or may not do things on the show that they have done in the comics. Anyway, but I don't know if in the comics, if they ever revealed how Alpha and Beta actually met or came to be, but this episode did a pretty damn good job explaining that, and I really enjoyed their backstory. I still love the fact that since we've met him last season, we still have not seen Beta with his mask off. And even in this episode, when we first meet him, he's wearing a damn ski mask, as if it's some kind of safety net that keeps him feeling safe and secure for whatever reason, despite his enormous, intimidating size that no one would dare challenge or fight, except Daryl, obviously. Maybe Negan. But I just loved how we never see his face. Like, we never saw his face throughout this episode. And I loved how, like, this mutual bond of, like, embracing the darkness of the apocalypse is what brought him and Beta together. I loved how they showed the two of them bonding over killing walkers together, like saving each other from a few walkers here and there. Even Alpha said, "I enjoy killing with the dead with you." I thought that was pretty cool too. I also loved how towards the end of this episode, it was cutting back between the past and present, where it showed Beta having his freak out over Alpha killing the walker that was like his friend or a relative perhaps, but obviously the walker was very important to him, that he was staying there in that mental hospital for that walker for whatever reason. And it cuts to the present where Alpha is having what you would call an emotional breakdown, or at least releasing pent-up frustration of why her daughter isn't as strong as her or isn't like her at all, and how she couldn't bring herself to kill her own daughter, which I thought was a fascinating take on Alpha, because I thought she was as hard as a rock. But this episode was a good reminder that Alpha's still human too. Perhaps a despicable, evil, twisted human, but human nonetheless. A human who in her moments does feel not necessarily guilt, but she does feel other feelings like frustration and rage, and even sadness, even if it's sadness for the wrong reasons. I loved how the episode, like the end there, like during both freakouts, cut back and forth between past and present, where Alpha was there for Beta when he was freaking out over the death of his walker friend, and how Beta was there for her when she was having her little fit over Lydia, and how it's like both of them helped each other find peace and bring each other back to one another, which I thought was pretty cool. That just showed you how strong their bond was. And even though Beta had been questioning a lot of Alpha's motives and reasons throughout this entire episode regarding Lydia, and then like her calm demeanor over excuse me, her calm demeanor over losing like three whisperers and a part of the herd they were attempting to gather, he still is incredibly loyal to her. So it's like he may disagree with her from time to time, but he obviously respects and follows her to the T. And I think that's a sign of an incredible bond between the two. And it was a solid, scary backstory for both of them. I really enjoyed, seeing how the two of them met one another, where they were both at that point in their lives, and how their relationship has just grown and changed since then. I'm curious about this new Gamma character. I also liked and thought it was cool how the one whisperer who broke down was the same one who was forced to abandon her baby last season that was taken in by Earl and the late Tammy. Oh, poor Tammy. But I also thought it was interesting how there were a couple of whisperers who were chatting about going back to the Hilltop community or to one of the any other communities. So clearly, maybe not all of the whisperers are as hardened or as crazy as Alpha and Beta, but time will tell. Overall, solid episode. Looking forward to the next one. It looks pretty damn exciting. And I really enjoyed the performances by both the awesome Samantha Morton and Ryan Hurst. You know, they both did an excellent job. What this episode did for me was make me like their characters even more. Like, I already enjoyed both of them a lot. Now I enjoyed them even more so. And I hope you guys felt the same way too. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode review here on the EdWord. I hope you liked this episode as much as I did. Did you have any thoughts and feelings about this story? I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. The Walking Dead airs new episodes every Sunday night on AMC. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome rest of your night. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.